Alright, folks, welcome back to the Boys and Green YouTube channel. It's time for the first post match reaction of the new season following DC United nil, Celtic 4 as Celtic kick off their US pre season tour with a victory. Overall, a good performance. Quite emphatic in the end with the scoreline. But overall, no that you can't really take too much with the level of opposition. I thought the level of opposition we're up against not the best, but it's pre-season. It's to get minutes in the legs of the players. Um, but these pre-season games are always kind of a flip of the coin. You don't know with team selection and stuff what's going to kind of happen. But I thought it was an okay performance. As I said, the team not the best of standards we were playing against, along with the pitch. Thought the pitch tonight was, pretty poor. There's been a lot of talk about American pitches in the wake of the Copa America, and today that was another really poor pitch as well. So, as for the lineup, we started with Scott Bain in goal, which I think some people were surprised about. For me, I think I was surprised. I thought we could have went with the new goalkeeper saying Sinisalo. Donovan came in, a player from the youth academy, Welsh and Scales, and then Anderson, who I thought was really impressed with tonight. Came in and he looked quite good on that left hand side. Midfield three of Timoki Awata, Matarelli, Hatate, Kun, Palma, and Kyogo up front. As I said, Scott Bain in from the start, which to be honest, I was a bit surprised for. I thought Sinisalo would have got, in from the start, but he did come in the second half. Um, Welsh and Scales, it's just Welsh and Scales for you. I think I've said it before and I'll say it again. I think centre half is a position that we're going to have to look at, even though if Vickers comes back in there, which obviously, of course, he will. But I wanted Donovan. He did it wrong, but didn't, and it was okay. But I thought Anderson today. I thought he played really well for coming into the side. I thought he was attacking. I thought he was, for a really, quite quick, and he was going forward. So I thought he impressed me a bit. You're always looking for people to kind of impress you in these games. I thought he did as well. I think he done a lot of things right defensively really well, and going forward looked okay as well. So that was a obviously pleasing fact of the game. And I thought Celtic, we had the lion's share of possession. DC United had a player injured in the opening 5 to 10 minutes. So I think we the tempo we dictated the ball and things like that. So it was, we kind of if we were going to score, it was just about trying to break DC United down and thought midfield will look good. We're kind of breaking through, and then for me the biggest problem was when the ball got to the wingers and Nicholas Kuhn, Luis Palma. They weren't finding Kyogo. There was a few times where Kyogo was a lot of space and he just wasn't being found. There was a point where Nicholas Kuhn had so much time in the ball. Palma and Kyogo, Palma at the far post and Kyogo just in the middle. Nobody's marking him, and he puts the cross straight into the goalkeeper's hand. It further adds to the need for me for a winger in this club, because for me, I just don't think there's enough quality there in those wing positions. I think, and that goes to Palmer and Kuhn. I thought Kuhn yet again is just not offering anywhere near enough from the fee that we've paid for him. And you know, crossing a ball into a goalkeeper's arms when you've got two options, just for me isn't good enough. And I completely understand it's pre-season, but it doesn't bode well that a player we spent money on in the January transfer window has not still not looking like any signs that he's going to improve. So as as we know, that's a position that needs to be kind of filled. Um, but we eventually get the goal from Matt O'Reilly. Um, Good play from Awata. He gonna gets around his man, plays the ball, and O'Reilly finishes at 25 minutes in, kind of close range finish. So 1-0 up, kind of cruising in that. Then we get the second goal. Kyogo's movement. Kyogo has a shot, and the goalkeeper saves it. I think even before the first goal, Kyogo could have opened the scoring. Really good save from the goalkeeper. But obviously, we got the first goal, and then at that point, we're just kind of dictating play. Um, and then Matt doubles his tally 32, 7 minutes later, on the 32-minute mark, and Kyogo's movement seemed to be causing him a lot of trouble. I thought he's looked really sharp pre-season, Kyogo, for me, which was obviously good to see. He had a good, obviously had that shot that was saved, and then had the shot that led to the second goal. The shot was saved by the goalkeeper. Matt was there to follow up, and it was 2-0, which kind of just, for me, kind of was thinking like, that's pretty much it. But we got into the half, 2-0 up, and then kind of wholesale changes after the break. I'm not going to read them out because there's umpteen changes. I think players at um, home came on, players. I think Kobayashi, players like that came on. So Yang, I think, come on as well. So as with these friendly games, you get umpteen changes, and you kind of have to keep up with. But in the second half, I had a chance. Um, with Odin Thiago home. He kind of broke through and he played the ball square, and Mikey Johnson, I don't know how he's not scored. He has to score. I don't know if the ball was behind him, but he has to score for me. Um, and it's obviously stayed 2-0. And then we talk a lot about the quality and the quality of the wingers. Obviously, I said Yang come on the pitch, didn't offer much as well either. But then James Forrest comes on the pitch and just offers that bit more. And that offers that bit of quality that I've said for a long time that we've been missing. And he brings that bit of quality. Good play up the line, runs, takes on his man, beats his man, puts the ball in the box for Mikey Johnson, who can't miss, and he makes it 3-0. So it just goes to show again that, and this is no me trying to put down James Forrest, but it shows how poor the wingers who have spent a lot of money on, that affected a player who's in like in his early 30s, mid 30s, is coming on and making a difference, and that's fantastic. But I still think that just shows how bad our recruitment has been in the winger position. I think that's why it needs to be addressed this summer, along with the other positions that we need to address. But it was that bit of quality and reading, and fair enough to James Forrest to come on and provided that. Um, few minutes, and then I think like 20 minutes later, the ball breaks through it, and James Forrest gets the ball squared to him, and he puts it away for a goal. Bit more quality, made it 4. But I think, you know, James Forrest, a goal and assist, you can't really argue with it. So 4-0 at that point. It was just kind of a training exercise at that point. As it says, with these games, a lot of changes happen, and it's kind of hard to keep up with. So at 4-0, you're kind of it's just kind of running down the clock at that rate. But we did get a penalty and a chance to make it 5. Yang, probably one of the first times in the match since he came on, I think in the second half. He ran and took on his man and beat him, and then won the penalty. Mikey Johnson steps up, and as usual, um, in terms of Celtic penalty standards, we missed it. We will not be able to make it 5. And then towards the end, where the Yang was clean through and goal, and for some reason he tried to do this weird chip instead of just taking it round the goalkeeper and making it 5. Um, he tried to do this weird chip, and I think that for me shows where Yang's at in terms of being young and very raw. His decision making is just not there at the moment, and I completely understand that it was a pre-season friendly, but I think there needs to be a lot more from that needs to get in the back of the net pretty much. And we should be talking about a 5-0 victory. But you know what? It's pre-season, and you can't look too much into either way. If we lose a game or we win a game, you can't look into it too much. Especially this the game today. I don't think the standard of the opposition was that great. I thought they were, for a team who um, are still in their season, and they sit just above the relegation zone in the MLS Eastern Conference. They looked really unfit. I don't know if the pitch had something to do with that. I was hoping that, and think it looks like came with came through with a clean bill of health. Hopefully, I know Stephen Welsh went down, but seemed to be all right and carry on. But they looked really unfit for a team who have in their season pretty much. But as I said, I've not really had the greatest of seasons, and you could tell on the pitch. I think the pitch matched the quality opposition today. So I don't think Celtic were overly tested. Scott Bain in the first half had in the first half had one save to make. Saddle in the second half they come on. He could have put a deck chair out there and he wouldn't have had anything to do. I think he had one save that was right at him. So overall, I think if you want an overall consensus on it, I think good win, but I think you need to take it with a pinch of salt due to the quality of the opposition. Obviously, we continue our US tour. We play Manchester City on Wednesday night. I think that's a 12:30 kickoff as well. Um, so it'll be interesting. Obviously, that's a massive step up in quality. And I think there'll be a lot more questions posed no matter who is playing for Manchester City. 'Cause I know a lot of their players are on extended leave due to Euros and Copa America and stuff like that. So, but that will be a bigger test than it was tonight. But as I said, good to get the win and good to get our US pre-season tour off to a good start. So that will be it for post-match reaction tonight, and we'll be back on Wednesday night following the Manchester City game for another post-match reaction. Until then, speak to you later. Hail, hail.